And from those secrets, you had 5 takeaways. Can you give us a summary of some of those 5 takeaways, the steps of performing conversion rate optimization?
Oh, now you're going to make me remember what I actually put back in that presentation. Wow. It's actually been at least a year since I've given it, so I'm trying to think back to what the 5 steps were. I'll give you a new 5 steps. How's that?
That's perfect.
And it'll fit very much in with where the new book is coming as well, which is number 1, realize that everything you do online is about your customers, right? It's always about getting a better understanding of who they are and why they do what they want to do. If you're participating in social media, again, look at Amazon, right? They're not tweeting incessantly and creating content incessantly to share on Facebook. It's not what they do, right? What they do if you see how they've tied social into their experience, it's to understand who you are, what you share, what your contexts are sharing. It's getting to understand the behavioral clues that your participation in social are there, right? So everything's about deeply understanding your customers. 2, there's a lot of data out there, whether it's your own internal data or external data like that in social media or through third-party tools and stuff like that. If you've got a problem, you have questions you want to understand about your customers, go map out the data. Go figure out where it is. You don't need a data scientist today. Just figure it out. There are companies out there like the InfoChimps and the Alteryx who will help you build something as a proof of concept or as your own tool, essentially, to take those data sources and become more knowledgeable about your customers. It's really, really critical today.
Yeah.
3, you want to share and get your company realizing the importance of how this culture is evolving. And what's interesting is I like to point people back to Amazon, back when the days when I first started in the .com world in the early 90s, when Amazon was first launching in 94, 95, right? You think about who their competition was, right? It was Tower Records, it was Borders and Barnes and Nobles. And when I look at those companies today and I say, okay, I can understand why Amazon took those companies out, right? Being truly customer focused, bringing a much broader selection, being data centric, they use this medium to their maximum efficiency. They leverage social commerce and reviews before anyone else did. I get it. But then I put this question out there for everybody. A couple of years later, they're now competing with Walmart, the most data centric organization ever before them.
Right.
Not customer centric, data centric.
Yep.
Online sales for Amazon this past year exceeded $60 billion. Walmart this year online only did $7.7 billion.
Wow.
Okay. Amazon's capturing nearly 30% of every e-commerce dollar in the United States.
Wow.
Okay. Why? Because they're constantly innovating, they're constantly testing, and they're realizing that they've gotten their organization ahead of the curve. They were doing things in 2004 that I could share with you that would blow your mind in terms of how they were leveraging data to write their own pay-per-click ads, optimize the content in their emails.
Sure.
In 2004, not manually, by computer they were doing this.
Yeah.
Okay. And so the point is today with the accessibility of big data technologies that are out there, you no longer have 10 years to catch up with an Amazon.
Right.
Okay. Or with any of your competitors. We're speeding up faster and faster. So if you can't adapt in the next couple of years, it's just like those dinosaurs seeing the meteor and it's closing in really fast. You need to change really quickly. So it's not about launching a couple of tests real here. It's not there. You need to move quickly through this analytics journey to get to that next level. And I'll bring you that. And I'll kind of wrap it up with this analytics journey. There are 4 steps that I call in the analytics journey. Some people call it a maturity model. I'm not a fan of maturity in that respect, but I think a journey really makes sense. When people first start out using analytics in their business, they start out usually gathering reports about what happened, how many visitors, how many sales, right? What's. And they usually show up statically, a PDF, an Excel spreadsheet sometimes, a PowerPoint presentation, maybe even printouts. I've definitely seen plenty of those in organizations. And that's it. Nothing happens with the data. People look at it, they're like, great, we had this many, and nothing happens to the data. Eventually, you get a few people start asking, okay, so why did conversions go up this day? Or why did our traffic drop all of a sudden? And you start investing some resources and figuring out why things happen. That's the second step of the journey. Keep in mind, 65% of companies get stuck in the second phase of the analytics journey. 65%.
Yeah. They work in silos and
they work in silos. They can't figure out how to scale insights about their customers. Right. And it parallels where I see in most organizations, the most they can test is 2 to 5 things a month. So when you think about Amazon in 2004, the only time I've ever heard anybody talk about this, my friend shared at an eMetrics conference how they were testing over 200 things a month. Okay? But by the way, to put that in perspective, Microsoft just got to that same 200 level this past year.
I did want to let you know about a course that I just released about the top 10 e-commerce optimization strategies that I do for all of my clients to get bigger results. I go through the tools that I use, how to use them, and get the best results actually from those tools. If you want to get the course, all you have to do is visit my website, alexdesigns.com/free course.